5 to 6 slotted around 25, 30 minutes, and like they just end the game. And we said they needed a hero that just walks down lanes, and Alchemist honestly is that hero in the mid game.
Yep. And from VGJ's side, I love the fact that they have real peel. I think when you're playing against, you have 3 cores on EG that are all just raw physical damage output. You have a Wyvern and Avenge for peel. One good Wyvern ultimate to interrupt the initiation of EG. Like, I feel like this is an incredibly hard Ursa game. They probably pick it as early as they do because they're comfortable on it as a 3. It's a bad Ursa game. Would you agree, my Ursa expert?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's going to do his job in the laning stage, and
Yeah.
they might do some cute stuff with like trying to match him up against like the Bloodseeker or something like that. But it looks like they're content to probably just dual lane the mid lane.
Should we go through our predictions
Let's
real
do
fast?
it.
Yes,
I picked
predictions.
Siler.
I did
You
too.
did too?
I did
Okay.
too.
All
First
right,
person to
Blink
buy a
Dagger?
Blink Dagger. I think
It's got to be either. I think it's S4 Yang.
It's Sumail.
You
it
think
actually
Sumail-
might be
I think it's
Sumail.
gonna be Yang. You think he'll get Blink before the Wraith King? You don't think Wraith King?
I'm
Alright.
saying
need
that
the
if
hard
Wraith,
lock.
I'm going to go with S4, but I think it
Okay.
could be either of those 3.
I'm
It's
going
gonna
Yang.
be Least deaths, we're going to have. I honestly think it's going to be somebody on VGJ. I think they.
I think it's gonna be
I
Siler.
think it's Siler,
yeah.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah, I was
Even
gonna
if
say
they,
Weaver.
If they lose or win, I think this
Yeah.
Weaver dies maybe
I think
once.
they're going to lose, but he's
Yeah.
going to die at the very end of the game because he's going to be the last one alive because he's been unkillable the whole time, and then he's going to die from like 5 heroes.
There's no tree
0 to
killing
50.
abilities, right?
Wyvern will kill some, but that's it. So.
But they have tangos. But
True.
not that
50,
many.
5175. You're right. Because
Yeah.
Wyvern's
It's
going to be
value.
good for like 30 at least.
And what does she do when she comes down from her queue? That's
Yeah.
when. Okay. And for people out there who haven't been following Dota all year, what does peel mean? Make sure we
Peel.
have these terms
well,
down.
if you
It's
have
a
an
banana.
apple.
Yes.
And you peel it.
Yeah.
Yes. My name is BSJ.
Yes, and that's it.
Okay.
So I would say like peel is just when you literally pull your ally or prevent the enemy from continuing to attack your ally. It's creating space in the minutia of a team fight
Minutia.
to prevent immediate damage.
Okay.
So as an example, if Ursa blinks in and you force his target away, that is peel.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
Oh.
am I right to say
Sumail's pulling creeps
Okay,
at
so-
level 1.
this is something
You
we've
can
been
do that?
seeing
Oh,
a
you
bit?
can do it mid, right?
Yeah, because
Just
it's
mid,
only
yeah.
the side lanes, and this will
That-
give both heroes level 2, which for free, and that's definitely in favor of the Alchemist. So we talked about possibly dual laning mid to help secure his early levels. His
Wow.
option is to just do this,
This-
and he's gonna pull up behind tower. It looks like to meet his creeps in the other wave.
That gives him 2 free waves because you're going to farm this one under tower, and
Wow.
you're going to be able to deny simultaneously, and then the next wave will come into tower, and he'll be what, level 2.7 almost? I like that glyph from Freeze though. Well played. You want to play behind here.
So top lane, we've only so this isn't a glyph for a glyph, right? A lot of times we've been seeing middle glyph for a glyph, but it's just gonna be that. And top lane, is it just if they get a sentry down that goes uncountered, this Weaver's gonna have a bad time, right? And they place one down. There's a sentry on DDC, so he's gonna notice. I think this should be a pretty easy counter, I want to say.
Yeah. And if check out mid real quick, Grant.
Would love to.
You've got Sumail had to just not CS in front of his tower for those initial
He's
waves.
still got all the levels though.
True. And he has a double wave, but I think Freeze actually played that very well. I think I would have loved to see Crit like rotating behind tower now so they could 2-man pressure him with this massive creep wave coming in.
Yeah,
Wraith King
nothing an
is
Alchemist can do to a Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
He'll just get every single last hit with Quelling Blade plus Blood Rage under tower.
Yeah.
So what about the off lanes? Who do you favor in both these? We'll start with bottom. The 2 birds supporting, and then you have a Wraith King and a Clinks. I mean, it should be. Is it Clink's favored? He's just ranged with searing arrows?
Yeah,
or?
I think he is. And Phoenix also does
Oh.
way too much damage. Observer, Grant.
Hey, it's first game warm up.
And it looks like the sentry. He tried to counter the sentry, and then he just got brought down.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in the zone.
This is my issue with Venge. Like, this hero is so bad in comparison to a CM. Just the amount of damage output. Like, you spam W, sure, but CM's doing double damage with his Q,
Yeah.
with the aura sustain, and higher range. And Venge just feels very pressured.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sumail's losing mid, but I think that move initially, like, don't you just get crushed in this lane if you don't have some shenanigans to help you
Yeah,
out?
if you play this lane straight up, he had like you're just gonna get crushed, like you said.
Yeah, as you can see, like, it's near impossible to outlast hit a Bloodseeker.
But I feel like this Clinks lane bottom, both heroes will just farm. Clinks, it's pretty hard to shut down. He hits for 74 with his searing arrows on creeps, so and. I think he can use his Q to dodge the Wraith King stun, right? Which
Yeah,
is something
yeah.
we didn't talk about, which
Yeah.
is really nice in the lane.
Very good.
And the other thing, the change to Phoenix doing 20 instead of 10 damage per W, I feel like that just makes him one of the strongest 5s. And that's part of the reason I think he He actually might just be the strongest 5 because he's just too much damage, and the egg as a late game tool is just nuts.
Absolutely.
Just as far as team fight goes, because it's very hard to find team fight in a lot of the meta heroes nowadays.
So when's our first rotation going to be? Is it going to be gank middle? Is it going to be like a Wraith King TPing top? What are we looking at, do you think?
Almost every game you have an Alchemist, every fight tends to just centralize around mid because teams will not make plays if they're scared of counterplays happening. And when you have an Alchemist, he doesn't represent any counterplay to like early dives. So usually you'll start trying to invade his jungle early on, especially when you have this hero like Bloodseeker with like a free farming start.
Yeah, he is. I would say this is still a very good lane performance from Sumail. The fact that he's keeping even in CS is very impressive.
Yeah, that's what Alchemist is happy with. He's not a hero that ever wins.
That's something I know for a fact. Sumail, he really just cares about 1v1s. So I guarantee he put a lot of thought into this matchup, and we won't see him pull mid every lane, but this is one I think it definitely was a good decision.
Misses the...
Takes the early point and stun on Alchemist. That's interesting.
I think you do, because after the changes to your, what's the no, the Greenville, the gold. The Greenville's gold?
Yeah, it only goes up by 4 max, and
Yeah.
the rest of it's still the same.
I really like that change, because I think that it was very lame to watch people go like 2-0-4. 1 point wonder is...
Top laner, so yeah. Should be dead here pretty easily.
Yeah, when he gets the bugs on him, like his armor plus the wave of terror, like a hero that previously has high armor. Yeah, they're just
and
the speed of the game. They're gonna ramp it up real quick.
That's the benefit of having spam lanes in the side lanes as well. Venge Weaver, they go for the kill. Wyvern rotates mid. You have so much extra damage and speed on Bloodseeker. It's easy to finish off Sumail. And this is the issue with EG's draft. Who's gonna counter gank and TP in to save?
And look at this. You see bottom, they do go for the kill, which they would have gotten, but no stuns.
Yep.
Means a free TP.
It's still important though that the side lane cores of EG, like they're gonna have to make space for Alk for about 5 to 10 minutes while he farms up that radiance. So if they're having a rough time, then everyone's just gonna be diving the Alk, and that it's gonna bleed into his game.
Yeah, I mean EG certainly gets. If they can get to a certain point in the game, I feel like they'll be okay. But I think VGj.Thunder is just going to maintain tempo control for most of this early game into the mid game. What core on EG is going to be able to actually make plays around the map if Sumail's going this radiance build?
He has a fly up.
I see what you did there.
Is he?
But he has a salve. They had Bloodseeker vision on him, but he has a salve, so he's fine.
Do you like this? He went bottle Wraith King. I think we're going to see a lot of bottles in the offlane now. You don't like it, Kyle?
I mean, it makes sense. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess you're in such a heavy spam lane, it doesn't hurt. Mid lane, Sumail.
Yeah, you see Wyvern already looking to rotate on him again with the second rupture.
No TP on Sumail.
Yeah, he TP'd in to get here.
He's just dead.
No ult just yet. He's just going to go down, but he might take him out. Oh, wow. TP in for Phoenix, though. He's going to get this experience. Okay.
Did he buff? I'm pretty sure he buffed Sumail, not himself there.
For the damage.
Yeah, but that also
and that
makes
acid
the
spray was
acid
owning.
Spray. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely have had times where I'll use Blood Rage on somebody and I end up regretting it because you don't realize how much damage some people's skills will do.
Top lane, DDC. Should go down here. The bug's up on S4, though. He just has to square up
and
on
die. Yep. Both teams have sentries. Looks like they're outside of range of one another, so they'll both keep their sentries.
Yep. I mean, this is going pretty well for VGj.Thunder, right? You just traded a core for a support. You're fine with that.
I'm scared if EG falls behind. I don't know how they take towers.
Yeah,
and
Alchemist has to be ahead, right?
Yeah, well, Clinks as well, and he's going to be forced to rotate around the map, find kills, and you've got a Weaver and a Wraith King that are just going to be constantly applying pressure in the side lanes, and both supports very strong to TP respond, and Bloodseeker, we've seen how many times a mid Bloodseeker that's ahead like this one, just run to a side lane, drop a couple bodies, and then boom, tower's dead too.
And it's something where a hero like Bloodseeker, with the beauty of it is he doesn't even have to show up before the fight happens. Like if you start harassing them down before the dive, he can just run from mid so fast and then go right back, and it doesn't change, doesn't take him away from his farm. And I love the phase boots on Bloodseeker. Like most people will go for treads, but in a game where the opponent has very little lockdown, he can just run away from everything.
Yep. Bottom. Wraith King goes down. Now they're gonna look for more. They get the...
It's really important they get these kills because they just need to slow down the snowball effect of VGj.Thunder's
I didn't realize how
top lane dive.
Bottom.
Yeah, and they are. They're diving. Should be a kill on Earth.
This is exactly what we said about Bloodseeker. You set up the dive, you lower their health, he runs straight from mid, and they got the... They have the Weaver who can time lapse out of anything.
Yep. So 2 towers and... Or sorry, 2 kills. Yep.
You're only not going to make plays if you're scared of the opponent's counterplay, and they just have none, as we've mentioned time and time again. So they're just going to keep making these aggressive dives.
The thing is, though, bottom lane I did not recognize. The Clinks is actually owning our TZ going off at the moment. I love his build, too. Who needs Windwalk in a lane war? You just go max Q, And a Wraith King with 2 starting armor, that's not gonna, you're not gonna survive.
Yeah, no, he even has the value ring
Yeah.
of protection on Wraith King, knowing that's a problem.
He's nearly 4 times the CS as well. But at the same time, is Arteezy's Clinks going to be enough? Because Sumail, as you can see, he's just farming the jungle. We can expect to see more of that for what, the next 10 minutes, possibly?
Yep. And you know they have no counterplay when you see a level 4 Avenge at 8 minutes at your tier 2 stunning an Ursa. Like, that just shows. Like, Ursa's a hero that he...
Oh, Sumail will TP.
Yeah, he can just TP out. But Klink's actually TP'd in. And
Steals
he's
last
just...
hit.
Yeah, making sure that jungle creep does not go to the Bloodseeker. That's
I really
important.
like the way Freeze is playing, though.
Yeah,
he
he needs to play this way. They know this, that like what Alk does is gives the opponent mid laner a free game.
Oh, crit. Will take the damage. Will they chase him down? Looks like they want to. 2 more hits. Nope, they won't.
It's just
S4.
not worth it.
So fast.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
That's the phase boots coming into play. This
Bottom
early on in
lane,
the game.
Wyvern.
Troubled will go down.
And level 6 Phoenix at 9 minutes. So despite the rough start, he has Tranquils already, which is really important against the Bloodseeker. And he's already got his egg, so they might be able to make a move now. But how do they actually force a fight around
Oh,
the
man.
egg?
Look at this. Well, if
Love this dive.
VGJ comes middle, then this could Fly is going to be showing up here. It looks like it's just Ursa as well as Clinks who aren't here. But they find one. It will be Weaver. Does he have an ultimate? He sure does. Doesn't even want to use it, though. They're just going to run back out. Alchemist stun flies. Does a little bit of damage to Vengeful. Rupture will go out on Alchemist. Here comes the egg. DDC has to run. Yang dies on the right side. Weaver just has to run out here, and DDC dead.
Wow.
And this happens every Alk game. At some point in the first like 12 minutes, there's a 5-on-5 because the opponent knows they need to make plays around mid, and then EG knows that the opponent knows that, and they're going to counterplay it.
Oh.
That whole
Smoke.
sequence, Wraith King is not level 6. Both EG supports are. The egg goes off. You're never winning a fight if the egg goes off. Whereas Wraith King, he dies first, but does it matter? Because
And they ruptured an ulted Alk,
Yeah.
so that doesn't matter.
Oh, bottom lane.
Oh, no, top.
He's dead,
They're gonna.
he's dead.
Yeah, they took down Weaver. He went for the bounty rune. They had a sentry pre-planned with that smoke. That smoke was beautiful because they knew that VGj.Thunder has not been playing scared all game, and that they would be at the bounty runes. At 10 minutes, they know how important the bounty runes are, and they predict his movement based on that. That Weaver should be unkillable, so that kill is huge.
And, you know, we're 10 minutes into game 1. Not too soon to backtrack. EG wins a team fight like that. All of a sudden,
Hey, I got them in
there's
the
a
trap.
lot of pressure on Thunder now because they know they're on a bit of a clock. Eventually, the Alchemist will become problematic.
They have no way to deal with Alk, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, once Alk gets, like, Shiva's Octarine Manta, like, I know that sounds like a lot of items, but for Alchemist, it really doesn't take that long. And once he gets those items, I really don't think VGj.Thunder can deal with it.
They really wanted that move to work, but I point to this bottom lane. Like, if Wraith King just has his ult, then you make the move.
Yes.
You feel so much better in this game, and I fear VGJ may have tossed away, like, their chance in some ways.
Yeah, he's just being aggressive. They're going to force out the time lapse, which is important because they can only kill him when time lapse is on cooldown right now. The only point they can kill him before that is with Blink on Alk or Basher on Ursa.
And that's, I mean, that's a long cool. Wraith King just used his 200-second cooldown very early, right after he picks it up.
Yeah,
so
but they are rotating with the smoke on this pressured tower. The nice thing about Wraith King nowadays is he can pressure towers. They have dust.
Yep, he will be going down here more than likely. They want to give it to Freeze, I assume, and he will get it.
Look at the tower off this, too. This is nice for VGJ. That's a kill they needed to make happen as well. Arteezy's had far too good of a game.
Do you think
Phoenix is already level 8.
Should players focus more on who gets the tower? Do you think like getting the last hit is important? I thought it was, but no one does.
If you have an individual last hit it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, the teammates don't get anything extra. It's just a pure 200 gold extra to the person that last hits. Which is like 6 creeps.
Core, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
It just feels like teams still don't, look at that as much. Some do.
The thing is, usually when you're pushing, though, you're under threat, so you're thinking about a lot of other things.
And when am I going to go in?
Bro, Sumail had 600 gold at 8 minutes. He has a relic at 12.
Yeah, he's #1 net worth by 1,300 already. Obviously expected on an Alk, but this is something where Freeze had absolute free farm on the in the lane, and it's already showing in the net worths.
Oh, Fly barely gets out of there. Rupture was going to come out. He was just going to fly to his death if he gets ruptured there. And it looks like they will try to take middle tower, but Glyph is there. Freeze. Ulti goes. Is he going to swap him? Arteezy gets a kill on Yang. Elsewhere on the map, Freeze will get away, but you just ruptured a Crystal Main. He's fine. DDC going to get run down by this beam. Oh my goodness, the percentage-based damage, but he swaps him. This should be a kill, no? Fly will just get away, and That's 2 kills quickly.
Fly.
1 for Sumail, 1 for Arteezy.
And
Fly
S4
is
is just
level
farming
9,
Blink.
guys.
Yeah, and
He's
S4 is just
level
farming
9.
Blink.
You
Yeah,
get
this whole time.
90 GPM talent at level 10. This is like the hero to get a
quick
head
tap.
start in levels on.
Yep. Wow. And
That's why his picture's the Phoenix.
And I love Arteezy's not only his skill build that you mentioned, but his item build, just going for the medallion to enable his teammates. So much physical damage, as you already mentioned. The Alk stun is physical, so all of their mid-game damage, other than like the egg combo, is physical.
Top.
And so Ursa with his early Blink Dagger, he has the money, hasn't purchased it yet though.
Doesn't need to.
Not really the hero you can look to kill. Phase Boots on Wyvern.
Oh.
Dude, I don't even want to look at my phone. I'm sure I already have text from Bulba. You got in my draft, man? What are you doing? You know anything.
Alchemist has the Radiance finished, so they can look to make a move. They do have a ward on him though from VGj.
And they're looking.
This is their 3rd smoke, right?
Yeah, they know they know they have to speed up the pace of this game.
You barely said a BSJ, but maybe Kyle can expand. Why phase boots on a winter wyvern? You know.
Let me see how this plays out. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm honestly, I'm not really sure. I would imagine just positional tool. I prefer the Arcane or Tranquil Soul Ring spam, but he has no ult, right?
Yeah, they can turn this into a Roche right away if they want to.
bad.
Yeah, they can.
The Alchemist
Will
can
they?
tank it? I feel like they have to. Oh, they're going to look for the Wyvern first.
Yeah,
they have a ward on him.
Yep.
Blink Dagger in 3. I think they're waiting for the Ursa Blink, but he's going to fly up the correct way. Nice job by Fade. And
They can chase him. Force him
can.
to use his ultimate. He doesn't actually have mana. He has Soul Ring.
Willie Soul Ring ulti, BSJ?
I love this play. Force.
No, he's out. Yeah, I mean, he's going to... I mean, he's drawing them away from the Roche pit, and they know they can't Roche if he's around.
Exactly. It's very disciplined from EG. It looks like they're wasting time, but you cannot go into the pit with a Wyvern hovering around. You need to make this move.
That's how you throw this
Oh.
game that you're up by 3K.
There we go.
But now they possess enemy jungle. This is fine. Like, they're not the ones on the clock. VGJ are going to naturally just continue to pressure. They're going to TP up here.
Yeah.
Double TP. They're 5 on 5
Dude,
now.
they have double damage.
And EG
as
has a
well.
ward on this, so they know they're all there.
Yeah, Bloodseeker.
This is so smart from
off.
EG. In the meantime, Crystal Maiden is rotating down to bottom. He's going to grab the bounty runes for free.
Yeah,
This is
that's
a 3
huge.
bounty
With an
rune for
Alchemist,
EG.
that's even more important.
They got 3 at 5 and 10, so they've gotten 3 every time. But
Blink
look
in
at this,
1
S4,
second.
he's going to
Oh,
die. Yep, there's the phase boot damage coming out. Weaver with the Maelstrom doing a ton. DDC!
Oh,
my
man.
goodness.
That Ursa damage is nuts. But they're not going to get anything off
Yeah.
that. There's no tower there. There's no... Like, they can't go into Roche.
Yeah.
Mid lane's getting pushed by Arteezy. Bottom lane's getting pushed by a position 5 Crystal Maiden.
That's a very underrated sequence of events. It looks like EG didn't do anything, but they bought 2 minutes of time. That gold advantage was 2K, now it's 5.
Yeah.
And that's literally just because they threaten Roche, force the Wyvern in the area, force him out, and then immediately retreat once those TPs come in. The
Yeah.
TP cooldown, 80 seconds, like all of a sudden, you just go to the other side of the
Yeah,
map.
you have a
You're-
5-position Crystal Maiden that's
Yeah.
allowed to hit creeps, and while the Alchemist is farming neutrals where
Yep.
he wants to be, he actually is one of the few heroes in the game that gains more gold out of
Exactly.
being in the jungle than he does lanes.
So VGJ, they've got reasonably mobile cores in Bloodseeker and Weaver. What do you want to do with them? Do you want to try to get kills? Can they?
They have to keep trying to get kills, but they have all these BKB, like the BKB being worked on by the Bloodseeker, the Weaver, like just starting his now.
Yeah.
They have some serious damage issues for a hero like Alchemist. They don't have burst damage, so it's only going to get worse. They have to look for the timings.
Go
but,
now.
Yeah, but I mean, they need their BKBs.
Well, middle, Yang is just gonna get melted down, still alive though. Ooh, ulti gonna get popped. Will he have time? It's gonna be silence. Will he get ulti off? Doesn't look like he will. Yes, he will. So he's gonna tank it up a little. They pop the ulti of Wraith King on the back. Crit dies. Arteezy tries to get DDC. Gets put under the egg. Oh my goodness. It is gonna do so much work, but it blows up. He doesn't get the attack slow on a bunch of people, but Arteezy cleaning up on the backside. And look at this. Alchemist just running at him with the Radiance.
the buyback.
Buyback, I like it.
Will there be a kill? Look at, he's waiting for him. He's just going to throw the stun, and Arteezy is just going to blow him up. Oh my goodness, Bleak's on the backside. Sumail styling on him, but Sylar,
ult.
if he can get this kill, it's going to be all about Sylar. Do you just back out here?
Defensive medallion.
Oh.
He has Blink in 5 seconds.
Is he going
He's
to
going
go
in.
for it? This
He's
dude's
going in.
nuts.
It's like the same time as the stun.
no!
Blink first. Ooh. He still
But
might be
Weaver.
dead. That medallion might save his ass, though.
Now Weaver's coming in. 1 Maelstrom hit should be a guaranteed kill, but Yang will go
Yo,
down.
Teasy!
Oh my goodness.
He dodges the projectile stun of the Wraith King
Dude,
with that max strafe.
I didn't even think about that. They have
Straight
Venge
bones.
and Wraith King as their primary sources
Yeah.
of stun, and he just
Was
has
that-
his Q to dodge it. That's insane.
Was that a 6 for 4? No, it was a 5 for 4 with 2 deaths on the Venge, right?
Yeah.
So pretty even fight.
That
with
looked
that
really good
buyback.
for VGJ.
I thought it was.
And then suddenly, like, even with the buyback, that, I mean, we mentioned the Alchemist is hard to deal with. It's only going to get worse.
Oh, look at this.
It's one of those brutal heroes, much like pre-nerf Medusa, where you invest so much to try and kill him, and if you don't, you're all going to die. Yeah, it's very much an all-or-nothing play.
They slowly but surely kill you over the course of the fight. So if you don't bring them down, like you said, you're all like half health or lower, and they just finish you off. And having heroes like Ursa and Clinks, these like skirmish type heroes, go really well with Alc.
What killed the egg so fast? Because I saw he got his fire spirits off on a couple heroes. It was just time lapse.
Just the Weaver, the Weaver double hit.
Yeah,
it was a great play though. He got spirits off on 3 heroes, but the Weaver immediately just time lapse. But he did so much damage. Yeah.
He makes you focus, right?
Yeah, and you made him time lapse just to kill the egg, which is a big deal. He ended up dying later for that.
So this DDC, I mean, he's known for being very poor in game. After a dieback at 18 minutes, I don't think we're going to see much from him.
Arteezy has the BKB done on Clinks. That's huge for them. Like, that makes him, once he has his ultimate activated, which is 1,800 health, BKB, how do they kill him?
Yeah. Can you click through EG's items?
I would
so far, I love everything they've gone. I like the blink after Radiance because they needed that. He's the stun, right?
Yeah.
I let him go in. I like Arteezy just accelerating with the Aquila Medallion. The
Tranquil urns. If you're, you're gonna buy it.
And with the Crystal Maiden, you don't need that Soul Ring on Clinks, which is really
nice.
nice.
He's got a drum and a glimmer soon.
Sounds good to me. Just cheap, efficient items to just carry them through the mid game.
They do have the Blink Dagger on Wraith King though, so that gives them some sort of initiation on the side of VGJ. It just looks grim because it looks like the whole game is on EG's pace. They get to choose. Their next objective is almost certainly Roche. They're going to play around the mid tier 2 and Roche as their main objectives. Wyvern defending top like you expect, but they know if they just let this keep happening, the net worth lead for EG is going to grow. So VGJ says, we can't let this keep going. Does Bloodseeker have BKB? He does not. But this just shows the level of urgency that they have. They're not even waiting for their timings.
They're going to find one, though. It's going to be a smoke for Fly, but a kill is a kill.
But what does that do for them?
Yeah. Well, it guarantees at least Radiant won't go for Roche, right? You buy a little more time for out Roche.
But they didn't EG didn't use anything there. They're just they were here anyway. So my point is yes, it's a kill, but they're not getting an objective off of it, and maybe they're slowing down EG's objective, but I think that was one of their last smokes. And they're gonna kill Weaver at the bounty route. Oh, he gets the time lapse off this time. Almost got him with the same ploy twice.
This is when, I mean, you go Basher on Ursa next, right? Or are you a BKB guy?
I think since you're not the win condition, you go for the BKB. You
really?
just
for what?
I'm saying that you just
because they have Rupture, Winter Wyvern will a lot go through.
Yeah, Wraith King will.
I feel like if you're just standing there, it's a big deal that you're BKB'd, but
that's true.
I'm looking at it as I don't actually need to do anything as Ursa this game. I just need to blink in and cause chaos around me, and whatever items allow me to do that best. But I'm fine with either way he wants to take it.
Phoenix respawns and they instantly go into Roche, and it looks like Dire. It looks like they do want to defend, but I am not sure that's going to happen against this Ursa Alchemist. They will take it very quickly.
You just have this 3-position hero that gives you Roche.
So smooth immediately. Like they do Roche, they set up around it when they know Wyvern's not going to be in the area. Immediate smoke out. They're going to catch VGJ here as 5 with the
Freeze has BKB.
If he can bait it out, yeah. I'm sure Sumail is fine with that, but look at that.
Manta dodge.
Oh,
come on.
That's not Arteezy Alchemist.
Rub alert. It is just going to be, as you said, they're going to just look to death ball here with that Alchemist. You surround around him. He has an Aegis. He can die twice. You're fine with that.
And they have the Clinks to scout, but once again going to stun himself. But this is what it's like. They don't lose anything by trying this. Eventually, it's kind of like a pud check. They're gonna find somebody with that blink stun, and that's going to turn into most likely, honestly, a Rax.
Isn't this? I mean, this Weaver is going to shred the back line, so he just needs the rest of his team to somehow deal with Clinks and Alcrite, which I guess is a pretty tall task.
But these supports at this point, because of the items they have, they can defend themselves.
They can. I mean, it's still tough. I mean, the Weaver just paused BKB.
I like what VGJ's doing, though. Rather than taking a fight head-on, they're stalling with the Wyvern and then split pushing with the Vinge.
When you kill the Wyvern, though, all of a sudden, high ground is threatened.
push. No deep push.
Yeah,
this one kill is no buyback. That is the one kill that matters.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, Bloodright's nice and all, but you just have this Alc who's going to walk up to your tower, ulted.
Clinks is doing so much tower damage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now you have the drum charge. The Alc is able to hit as well. Look at this.
He's looking for a stun.
That's a tier 3. They're looking for more. They actually blink in. Alchemist is taking a ton of damage. He has the Aegis. No ult
when he comes back.
And no blink. He does not have blink right away to get out. BKB's getting popped. They try to cancel. It wasn't there. He Manta dodges out. We are going to see a Rupture. Sumail is going to take a ton of damage on the backside, though. DDC will go down. Ulti from Crit doing a ton of damage. Has to get out of the silence, though. Freeze. Get a BKB at the egg. Should go down. Barely does. But look at this. They will get the Weaver. And That's the problem, right? You have Arteezy and Sumail farmed.
And Sumail already bought back, so he's coming right back to the fight before these heroes respawn.
Yeah, but look at on the backside, S4 gets the kill on Freeze. Ulti pop, but they're just going to say hello, and look at Willie get the stun. No. Manta on cooldown. This is their axe, though, boys.
I like the decision to buy back from Sumail.
I mean, it's still reasonably early into the game, too. Like,
And you're
it's
an
not
Alchemist.
as,
He already got all his gold back.
Yeah, it's actually...
Yeah, with the change,
Not
the
bad.
only real punishment on buyback is in the event they were to your base is threatened in the cooldown, or you can't afford the gold spent. But I would argue buyback on Alk is probably super efficient because you're just you
Even if you end up hitting neutrals, you're going to get more gold back.
You probably pay for the buyback in the time alive farming.
Yeah.
And in this case, he also secures the rack. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a little more damage, it looks like, on our Teasy's Clinks, a Maelstrom. And yeah, I'm looking at VGj. You've got the blink on Wraith King, and he's going Blade Mill next, but right, he's pretty much there to blink, stun, and slow everyone, right? Like, as a core. Meanwhile, S4 can solo kill at 4 of the 5 heroes, right? It's just the difference in offlane.
Yeah. This is the first pro game I've seen a core Wraith King in, and thus far, pretty underwhelming.
He is.
About as underwhelming. I was going to say the Wraith King from Lord of the Rings, because that's what I'm reading right now, but...
There's a Wraith King in that?
Yeah.
Aren't they just called Wraiths?
No,
Why are they
the
kings?
Isn't the big one like Man, I think I might have the wrong name.
Yeah, I think you might. I'm thinking of the
Is
ghostly
it the
Wraiths.
Lich King?
No, I have no clue where you're going with this.
That's World of Warcraft.
But I know Freeze
Dude,
is going middle.
Yeah, but I mean, VGj at this point, they're just in a super awkward spot. Like, what do they like? All these items that Bloodseeker, they're like most impactful core. It feels like Weaver's a hero that he significantly lacks damage. He had to build BKB's second item, and like even this 3-position Ursa can force him to have to BKB time lapse. And if he gets this like does he have the Basher? He already does on the Ursa, so he can solo kill the Weaver if he gets one lucky bash.
All 3 cores of VGj are tempo.
Oh, here we go. They're going to look. They are going to find one. It is going to be the Clinks. He just pops BKB. He is ruptured, though, which goes through it, so he does have to be careful when he runs. He takes damage. Freeze just right-click him. Ton of damage. Egg goes down. They get Arteezy. That egg is dead. That's going to be a 2 for 0.
Alchemist
Swap
is
back.
coming in about 10 seconds.
Glimmer, K plus ulti, but look
Great
at this
Wyvern ult.
canceled by the Wyvern. And
comes
Ursa won't take damage. Alex here. Looks like they just want to get out, though. They might just sacrifice Crit and S4 to save Sumail. S4 pops his ult. Get this kill. Oh, no, he doesn't. But Sumail, he's going middle, so that's a 4 for 1, and it's a buyback again from the bench. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm broke.
That's exactly what VGj.Thunder needs to do. Like, they caught him when Alchemist wasn't ready to be there. And
That
that's the
was-
big deal. Like, they're setting up with these heroes that are hard to bring down, but it's only important that they're hard to bring down if everyone else is there.
To your point, Weaver doesn't really do that much damage right now, but if they can just stagnate this game, Alchemist will be 6-slotted pretty soon. I'd argue his Octarine, like Shiva's timing, is his 6th slot.
Yeah.
He doesn't get any stronger
He
after
doesn't.
that.
Like, the
compared
ags
to
are
a
very
Weaver.
diminishing returns for how much
I've
gold
got-
you're farming.
I've got a question about you. Do you play Weaver, BSJ?
Sometimes, yes.
Not very well.
Why do a lot of pros take the Sakuchi movement speed when +1 Gemini attack is legitimately insane?
I think the +1 Geminate attack
I think it's one of the
against
best.
like Phoenix or Undying type heroes, I
Yeah.
think you take it. He's not level 25 yet, so but I assume he would take the Geminate attack because of the Phoenix. I've taken it against these charge-based heroes, and it's really nice because that extra like damage instance is way more impactful when it's a number of hits that matter
And
rather
he's
than
going to get like a Dade list, because those can proc have Gemini now. This ain't Dota 1 anymore.
Well, yeah, but I think you need to go attack speed against the Phoenix, and that's the problem, right? Is like you need to be able to focus this egg when it's in front of you.
I think if you don't get the XP talent at level 10 and you're hitting 25 at the point where you're so farmed you might be skipping you might have no boots anymore, you can go for the move speed.
Yeah.
But if you rush to 25, that Geminate is so valuable,
Yeah,
especially
it
with
is.
the Maelstrom. Like, I just think it's necessary.
They're going to
Oh,
catch
here we
Venger.
go.
Looks like he already bought back, so they know he doesn't have it.
Not-
Looks like Roche is still not up for at least another 2 minutes, so they're just going to look to...
Oh, here we go. Ulti on to Fly. Is it enough damage? It's going to be so close. It should be. Yep. There
Perfect
goes
timing
Fly.
on the W. He could have egged if he wanted to, but it's more important
There's
to
the
cool down.
there we
gets
go.
the Manta dodge.
Got the groove now.
1 for 3.
Freeze is actually going
For
for
baseball, that's good.
Halberd on
True.
the Bloodseeker.
Hey, you're an all-star.
Oh. Okay, so, I mean, if you're VGj.Thunder, do you just play for the defend-based late game? Is that what you guys are talking about, or no? Do you want to see more moves?
I think that's where you win at
need
this point.
You need to acquire some semblance of map control. You can't allow EG to just starve you out by playing 2 lanes in your woods.
Yeah.
You need to like obtain certain areas of the map and secure farm, because otherwise you're just gonna get out just GPM'd.
Yeah.
Like really fast. It's the second Roche timing. If they
I
have
was
some
gonna say,
manner of
second Roche.
defending it, even if you just waste the Aegis of EG, deny it even. Like, you need to be able to contest Roche, and EG, they know this. They're going to do exactly what they did around the first one and ensure that they can just take full possession of the pit to buy that 10-second window to immediately take the boss.
This entire game is on that second Roche. Like, both teams know that's important. Both teams are going to be playing around this area. It's all about setting up ward control, controlling that part of the map. And for VGJ, they have to get as much farm in the meantime, and they have to contest this Roche. If they let EG walk out of that Roche pit with cheese and Aegis, I don't see how they can possibly stop the high ground push.
And we'll know in about 30
unless
seconds.
Sumail dives tier 4s again.
So, what was I looking? Oh yeah, the Heaven's Halberd, one of the best counters, right? If you don't get first hit bashed by Ursa, you're probably not going to die to him. We are going to see stun
Arcane Rune out too.
Yeah, and look at this,
already
already pop.
The Arcane Rune.
They want to pop this ulti without committing, and it looks like they will. Arteezy does get slowed. He has BKB, obviously, but not very good versus slow. We're going to see another stun fly. They're just trying to bring this Wraith King down. He has a stun after stun after stun. Look, holy smokes.
And he almost has level 20.
Dude,
which
he's going again? Oh yeah,
so
the damage count.
Manta dodge?
Oh, he thought he could get it off.
Yeah.
I think he is going to get ruptured, has Manta, obviously. They're just going to push forward. He does get bashed. A nice swap out now. There comes that. Looks like Sumail will stun himself, but that might actually save S4. He's taking a ton of damage. He should go down here. Sumail just
buyback on
here.
Ursa.
Yeah, rupture is
so
gone.
much minus armor.
Yeah, he did. Now it gets broken out. Crit is looking. Sumail actually blinks uphill. They find the Venge. Sumail just here radiancing him down from the top. Arteezy wants to get the kill. Nice Glimmer Cape, but DDC will die to Crit. This is a very long, drawn-out fight. Blade will pop by Bloodseeker. We see Fly. Whoa.
He stunned like 15 times in one fight.
And is he just going to run in? He knows no Winter Wyvern ulti, right? He's not as scared this time. And wow. Now that Arcane Rune plus minus 8-second unstable concoction.
I love the way EG played that fight. That's what they're looking to do. You dangle the Alchemist. He makes himself a target, spams stun, blinks forwards. You want to ensure that VGJ takes the bait and goes for him, because if they end up finding the backline, the Phoenix and CM, they are squishy enough to go down to these VGJ cores. Weaver doesn't want to be stuck hitting an Alchemist for 3,000 HP. He wants to go get the Phoenix.
I think EG's wards are telling us they want to control the enemy jungle and Roche. What do you think? I think that they're just a few wards, you know, all in the same area. That's what
do you just walk into Roche here?
Yeah, I mean, you force them to come to you. I think you kind of do the dangle part with the Roche again. You like make it so that the enemy has to respect you, and then eventually, since you have so much vision, you'll catch one of them, and then you turn it into a Roche. If they just walk into Roche, they know that's like the one way they can give the opponent the way back in the game.
How are the skeletons going to the pit? How's that work?
Because they go to the thing they see closest, so they must have not seen anything at that point.
Oh, middle.
It's a really weird interaction.
Crit. Oh, Crit. Gets the Glimmer, dodges it after the
farmed he is on Crystal Maiden. He has 3 items.
150 gold per minute's pretty good, VSJ.
He just got that.
Look, the EG lineup has no qualms about this game going on a bit longer. 2 GPS
here we go. On the back lines, it's going to find Yang. Yang does have his ulti up again. Manta dodges. Nope, doesn't. Just doesn't throw it out. We get a kill on DDC on by Clinks, and they're fine with 1 kill plus the ulti from Yang, who will blink away. But Arteezy, he's stocking double damage, just wears off. BKB popped by Freeze, dodges the Alk stun. Are they looking for Freeze or someone else? They'll find whoever they can. It's going to be Freeze, BKB, because he bought it so early. But look at this, nice ulti by Winter Wyvern, slowing him down. Alchemist will hit him a little on the backside. S4 going in against Winter Wyvern. Arteezius runs away, the egg gets popped, so they zone him all out. Winter Wyvern will go down to Crit's ulti. Now Sylar, he ultis out, almost dies to the Phoenix, but gets out. A bad fight for VGJ, but they're not done yet. A bash comes out on Weaver. In comes Sumail. They seem to have a detection problem, though. And now he's just going to right-click on down the bug. No minus armor. Going to toss it at Fade. And they're just going to take a ranged Drax and looks like get out.
They already forced buybacks. I mean, they're up by 21,000 gold now, so that's just another fight that nets an advantage for EG.
This is a great performance from EG, though. They are playing
impressive.
very clean, incredibly crisp. You can see that they are playing as a unit, which is something we missed for
an absolute
for the entire spring. As if you were an EG fan, this is very nice.
This has to be so bad. Your versus the minus 8-second unstable concoction, right? And you bought BKB's first time. They're both at 5 seconds on Weaver as well as the Bloodseeker. Like it doesn't do. BKB's kind of useless now versus Alchemist. Easy kill there for Sumail. They're gonna find Venge as well, and they have a buyback on the Wraith King, but they want to make sure not to lose more. He's going to get stunned for a little bit, but just run away. Sylar, wall farmed.
He has a butterfly on Weaver.
You said he needed attack speed.
He got the damage and attack speed. Like, I don't even think it's a bad item. It just feels so unimpactful. Like, you look at it and go, I don't feel very scared from that butterfly if I'm EG. Because even though we have a lot of right clicks, Ursa doesn't lose overpower charges, and Alchemist is purely physical damage from stuns.
Maelstrom doesn't miss.
That's true.
Maelstrom procs don't miss, and doesn't Bash not miss as well?
Yeah, Bash is the same thing. If it procs, it does not miss. So basically, it removes 25% of the effectiveness of the butterfly. So it effectively is like a 26%.
It makes the halberd a lot worse as well.
Yeah.
So you have 2 methods of evasion, but like you don't even need MKB anymore. You still feel fine.
He's going in Ags on Alk. Who gets the first Ags? I think it's Ursa personally, but Phoenix is really good too.
Phoenix.
You think Phoenix?
Phoenix for the memes. They feel close enough ahead.
Okay.
You think? I don't know. You don't want to do it for
Ursa Ags is so good, man.
What do you mean? Dude, look. Rule number 1, okay, of Dota 2.
Okay.
You're trying to win TI.
Yes.
The less you care, the higher your chance of winning.
This sounds
You must
like
have cared a lot while you were playing.
Yeah, you cared a lot your whole time in Dota, didn't you?
That was my problem. I tried too hard.
But yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's going to Ursa. Like, what does Phoenix Ags refresh? Like, it doesn't. They're all low cooldowns anyways, right?
Dude, you
like,
just
it doesn't
save
do
your
anything.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
I guess you save him, but
I feel like you're more likely to kill your Alchemist than you are to save him.
I would agree.
I'm just saying, I don't think he's dying.
it's gonna be Ursa. Not Crystal. Dude, Crystal Mains is
Gonna be.
garbage.
Here it comes. Look, click on him. Click on him.
I'm clear.
Here it is. Here it
It's
is.
Phoenix. It's Phoenix.
It's Ursa.
It's Ursa.
Damn it.
Looks like they care. They're done for. The tournament's over for them.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're just gonna take a tier 2 pretty easily here. Level 3 ulti for the Ursa with the Ags as well. Long duration.
So what does VGJ do to win a fight now?
Like,
Big
who do you
winner,
go
Wyvern
on?
ulti.
Yeah.
Who's the person that you initiate onto? Like, the supports and the backlines, they're going to be so far back you can't possibly find them.
That's why I love this build from Sumail. Such low cooldowns on the stun of the Shivas. He's just going to constantly blink in, zone, and find the Wyvern. They only lose this game and this fight if, as you say, they leave their backlines somehow to get pincered, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah. And Klinks has an MKB plus the cheese at this point, so he's going to be able to be a tower sieger and not be scared of getting bursted either. I feel like the whole way that VGJ wants to approach fights is countered by the itemization of EG.
But, you know, big winner Wyvern ulti can change any fight. Yangle just get a stun. Looks like Alchemist will stun himself. Doesn't need to be a little bit careful. Rupture in the backline. He is getting worked. Manta's out, but look at this heal percentage base. I don't think it's going to matter. Sumail goes down instantly. Wraith King only one to die, but he is going to obviously res. And now S4 about to die. And just like this, looking pretty easy for VGj.Thunder.
Okay, they're capitalizing, but I don't know what Sumail's really doing here.
And look at this, S4. You're gone. Fade does go down to Arteezy. A swap back. If they get this kill, they will. That's
suddenly.
All 3 cores. All of them.
I mean, that's step 1.
They're going to get more, though.
Like 9?
Dude, Crit's going in. He wants to, but it looks like he will get brought down up on this hill. And Fly as well. This is a 4 for 1.
They're
Or
going to
5 for 1.
egg,
Pardon me. A 5 for 1 trade.
That butterfly. I mean, that's a whole round of items for VGj.Thunder. And now they're going to get all the lanes pushed out. They're going to get all the bounty runes at 35 minutes. What was the net worth before that fight? Like 30,000?
No, it's like 28, I think.
28? I
What's
mean,
our
this
fight?
is just most of the net worth difference.
God.
Like a net worth of like
it's the XP though, man. How many?
9, 10,000.
Weaver has level 25 now. He took the Sakuchi movement speed.
I don't like that.
Yeah, a bit surprised on
they need damage, right?
that. Yeah, it's just the instances of attacks.
What are there any other talents that change the game for Thunder? Like the support specifically?
Venge, I don't think has any game-changing ones.
Winter Wyvern, not really. I mean, Winter's curse duration's always great, but.
Yeah, nothing's game-changing, but they got it the net worth lead all the way down to 20K
Dude,
with
they
the
might
bounty
get
runes.
tier 2s off this.
Yeah, I mean,
At
it's
least
most
one
of the
or
stuff
two.
that comes after the kills that make the net worth shift a lot. That's why when we see these kills, most importantly, it's what happens after, not what actually happens for the kills.
That, as you can see, Sumail did do what we expected. He jumps in, makes himself a target.
Just a little too ham.
Yeah, the issue will come for EG when your Alchemist, like he had a full Sunray on him. He got Glimmer Caped, he got Defensive
He got
Medallion by
Medallion,
Artor,
yeah.
but he died anyway. And if that happens again, all of a sudden EG's on the back foot.
It becomes easier and easier to keep happening.
If Alchemist dies, their fights are unable to be played anymore.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any other hero for the team to play around.
Yeah, they don't have... He enables the rest of their lineup to play their defensive, like, skirmishy game. These Klinks and Ursa heroes, they don't do sustained damage. They have to look for the right opportunities to just dish out a ton of damage at once, and you need that hero in the front lines that actually allows you to do that.
And if Ursa is the one jumping in, right? He just gets peeled off real quick.
Yeah.
And they just back away. You kill the Ursa.
Yeah, the Ursa needs to go in second, because otherwise the Ursa is just going to do nothing. Like you said, they're just going to pull away from
Look
him.
at this. Not even a smoke. They just run up here. They're looking. They actually do find Siler. Oh my goodness. The stun by Sumail at the last second. He's going to pop BKB. It is only 5 seconds. It's going to be wearing down. But the movement speed, my friends. Oh, but Arteezy, he is waiting. But they had a detection problem the last couple of fights.
Yeah, I don't see detection on anyone other than the Phoenix. I feel like that's a huge mistake. I think Ursa should most importantly be carrying detection. Alchemist has slot issues, but Ursa's a hero that can blink on top of the Weaver and use the
threat
detection.
too, right?
Yeah.
Blink in, overpower ready, you get a bash and a dust off. All of a sudden that Weaver dies.
I think a gem's even worth it at this point.
MKB picked up on Sylar. All of a sudden, you can actually deal damage to the Alk. No fear about evasion.
And look at this, the Bloodseeker has a basher as well. I mean, if Sumail overextends again.
Wraithking has an Ags if he wants to spin it. If he spins the gold.
That's crazy, because if I'm not mistaken, the Wraith King Venge synergy, when you die once, you spawn the illusion. When your Wraith King Ags illusion dies,
it gets another
you get another Venge illusion.
Based on your track record, I have to believe that's
I could be wrong.
No. That's how it worked in Overthrow. And Overthrow is Dota.
That's true. That's some next level synergy. Like, damn, this is game 1 of TI.
This is going to be, and he has the eggs. As you said, he picks it up.
I think they have to buy out on every hero on VGj.Thunder for the most part. Like, at this point in the game, you're still down by 21k, and you are the ones on the back foot.
And it's super value, too, especially if you have an illusion spawn twice.
Yeah.
And you continue fighting that persists through death for how long? 7 seconds?
Yeah, I think it's either 6 or 7. 6.
Wait, what?
I think they nerfed it at one point.
Scepter, ally, death delay, 7.
Oh, I was talking about the Venge illusion.
7.
I was talking about the Venge illusion. I was talking about the Venge illusion.
Whatever.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
1-0.
Oh, Radiant's Courier just died.
Snipes the second Axe Scepter from the Alchemist.
But let's see, Weaver will ulti. Watch the move speed though.
He needs to get out of here. He didn't BKB, but there's
Ulti
a
on the
huge
backside. Crystal Main should go down, yeah. We'll just get brought down super quick. Look at this, the rock comes out, he kills. And that's going to be an instant buyback on the backside. Freeze, taking a lot of damage. Sumail trying to get some stuns off Yang. Is just lock him down. Look at this, Freeze versus S4. The easy win there for VGj.Thunder. Now Sumail, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. EG just dropping like flies. Yang is there, still alive. And now it's Arteezy with a BKB. It's all that is pretty much left. Pop back.
Uphill miss on the blood.
Kill. And now, look at this. The Wraith King, oh my god.
The illusions.
But Yang goes down, but
Roche
still.
just spawned.
That looked like a pretty damn good fight for VGj.Thunder.
Arteezy's going to have a sheep stick, though.
And
a DD rune.
This game gets scarier and scarier for EG, though, as it persists.
Yeah.
The Alchemist gets no tankier.
Yeah.
And I think that whole fight, the only reason that goes so well for EG is because Fly got off an incredible egg, a full Sunray, and I believe his spirits hit cores on 2 different throws.
Yeah.
So did he go Fire Spirits or GPM? I think he went GPM,
he went
right?
GPM.
Yeah. Oh no, DPS. Yeah, because he was melting that Bloodseeker. He went DPS.
Well, they're on different.
Well, yeah, they used to be on the same one. Now they're different.
Wow.
But he did take the Icarus dive range, which ended up backfiring there because he killed himself in one Icarus dive on the rupture.
Oh my goodness, this is a very greedy. Yeah, they're just gonna get out. He did have the DD, so they're willing to try.
I don't know if you want to fight. You got to be careful if you're Arteezy. You're standing on top of Sentry right now. You don't want to catch a rupture.
Yeah, sheep stick though.
He's not in vision.
Oh no, he doesn't have it. He hasn't
now
fought it
he
yet.
is in vision.
Oh.
He's ruptured.
If he can't get swapped here,
he's dead. I'm pretty sure. Maybe
they have to lay a sentry.
Does he have one? No sentry instead. Well, DDC.
Wow.
You can't buy back. You've literally bought back 4 times this game.
That is a huge miscue. If they have vision there for the swap, that's a game changer.
He used
Instead,
it right here.
No buyback. That's going to be Roche for EG.
And yeah, as well,
full sheep stick on the Klinks he bought out for that.
Do you give Aegis to the Alk now? I feel like you have to.
I mean, if you're going to play like they do, right? Like, I actually, it felt like Sumail played like he had an Aegis
I think
when they
should stop blinking in. I think he should just hit towers and force them to actually go on him.
Oh, they have vision. They're going to get a lockdown immediately. Of course, he has ulti, but instead, Sumail's going to whoop S4's butt right here. Can he do anything? A stun comes out on Alchemist. We're going to have the egg popped in the back. Is it going to live? It sure looks like it will. We just have the Weaver hitting it, even though it's not even Weaver. He's going to go down. Freeze goes down, and look at this. EG turns around. See you later, Winter Wyvern. Trying to survive. No, sir.
What is that called? ROTK is going to be very upset with his squad. You take a Roche fight, 4-on-5, you get caught with your pants down in the pit. Like, there's no way that's going to go well for you.
Yeah. Yeah, they just bursted them all extremely quick.
Yeah, that puts them. They're like one mistake. They're one fight away from GG now. Yeah. In a game they fought tooth and nail to bring back to almost even.
They did like 5. They took 5 good fights in order to get to that spot. But that's the problem when you're in this type of deficit is one bad fight, and suddenly you're right back to square one.
So what do you take the 30 chemical rage regen, right?
Yeah, it's almost all. You're not a DPS hero. You're a hero that's meant to be that frontline tank.
Well, here we go. Tier 3 tower. Sylar will buy back. Another dive. 1400 range. Egg gets popped. We already see a quick one on Winter Wyvern. He will still be, you know, alive in Wraith form, but now on the backside, Klink's taking a decent amount of damage. Sumail will just get out. Fade finally dies from that Wraith form, and Sumail gets swapped in. That's a lot of damage. Goes down very quickly. Ursa has it again, but Crit with a huge ultimate will finally get canceled by the Sansa Bloodseeker, and now they're trying to bring one down. Sylar will go down. Sylar gets a kill, but he dies as well. And now this is looking real rough.
Arteezy's gonna die to the illusion.
He does, and that's the gem on the ground, but Fly picks it up. He doesn't have Fly. He has a Yules. How will Fly get out of here? He's gonna sunray.
Oh, so close.
Gem.
Arteezy and S4 are playing so in sync right now. That was 2 occasions. Ursa blinks in as Arteezy throws out the Hex, and they take down a core. Unfortunately, that core is coming back to life numerous times, and Arteezy will die, but
pretty sure the Weaver illusion did more damage than the Weaver.
Yeah.
Like
No,
the Weaver
he
illusion. From the Venge illusion, he died to, like, the Klinks died full to 0.
No, he was there at the end of the fight. Weaver was the first target that went down.
Yeah,
he actually survived. He had like 30 seconds of illusion time.
Is that what happened?
Him and Wyvern died immediately, but
I just saw the Weaver illusion hitting the Klinks the whole time, so I guess I didn't process that it probably lasted for 15 seconds or whatever.
You control yourself during Wraith King.
And there's an illusion.
Yeah, but and the Venge one just goes around.
Yeah, it just hits the person that killed it. Yeah.
There's just a lot. It's hard to know when kills are happening and when they're not.
It's okay.
But they're happening.
Yeah, and if you're this time, I guess it's Phoenix. He's waiting for him to respawn.
Phoenix, he would have saved Sumail in that last fight.
True. He would have. I don't. You just don't give it to. I mean, you give it to Crystal Main just because you can. It is so bad. You guys have seen it, right? It just freezes. It doesn't increase damage. I thought it just makes it where it freezes after.
Just because
do
of
you
the
mean
freezes.
that? Okay.
Like.
I mean, but it's not good. You're gonna say it's good.
It's not bad.
I mean, I would say it's bad.
It's better than Ags on Klinks.
Is it?
Yeah.
He gets free stats. I'd rather have stats on my Klinks than a garbage ability on my Crystal Main.
Okay, then this is why you're at the desk with us.
Yep.
Okay, so we have Linked Sphere being built late on Sylar. I think that's a very, like, it needs to be built, in my opinion, because of the Sheepstick. If you're this Weaver and they have a Sheepstick and you just have no way, you have to be able to react.
Yep.
If you can't play as a core this late in the game, where if the Klink sees you from invis, that you just die instantaneously.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I think Hex is so effective, the items that have become more meta, specifically Aeon Disc, the only way to really deal with it is Scythe. And it's the same with Lotus Orb, where instead of reflecting, you just Hex both targets, which is still fine because when S4 is blinking on top of that Hex target so quickly, if that's a Wyvern, he kills them in the overpower.
Yeah.
So, level 25, you're talking about game-changing ones for VGj.Thunder. Do you take the Supernova hit count because you're taking someone, or that 2% max health from afar on an Alchemist?
You take the hit count.
Right?
You have the Ags now. I think you take the hit count just because you can't afford to have that egg go down.
Look at this. They're just bullying the map, right? You've taken a Rax and a half. Just chill outside the base. Maybe they make a mistake, and then you win.
Sumail has not saved buyback this entire time, and he finally is. So if he blinks in and dies in their base again, he'll have buyback to just boots of travel. He'll buy them if he buys back. He has enough gold.
Okay.
Oh, the smoke.
They're looking. They have the ward placed.
Manta. He does.
He's got it now.
He's got it down. I mean, the first couple, you know.
Yeah, you got to warm up, you know?
Yeah, I've seen your cast in the first couple 5 minutes of this, and I mean, you warmed up, though.
Yeah, you know,
it takes time. Everybody's nervous.
Yeah.
Sumail's only won 1 TI.
Yeah. I mean, once he wins 2, he can talk.
Yeah. Give it like 6 or 7 years.
But VGj.Thunder, I mean, they've defensively right on this back foot. They played pretty well. They've won fights maybe they shouldn't have won. They've capitalized on EG's mistakes, and that's what you have to do. You're not just going to win straight up.
When you're this far behind in this current meta, I feel like the only way to come back is to wait for the opponent to mess up, but then you have to capitalize. And I think that every time EG's slightly overextended, VGj.Thunder has done a great job of immediate, like, no hesitation. There's like 5-man collapse on that Alk. He's out of position. Kill him.
This game is a story. Like, I think both teams have played quite well, but VGj, they made that one mistake in the Roche pit and also diving the tier 1 early on.
There looks like there might be some sort of fight they're going to go in. They get the instant sheep up on Wraith King. He will.
He still has his ult anyway.
Yeah. I mean, but popping that pretty early, right? Then you're not as scared.
It's a 40-second cooldown, though, so it's one of those where if you punish the cooldown, it's very difficult. And he's going a Sheepstick of his own. He's buying out completely for that on the Wraith King, and just showing the importance when you see a Sheepstick on Wraith King.
And just look at the GPM of the 2 EG supports, man. Those talents have added up.
Yeah.
They've paid serious dividends. The Phoenix hit level 10 at like 11 minutes into the game.
The Wraith King's lower than the Winter Wyvern on his own team. That is a rough one.
If Phoenix hit level 10 at 11 minutes in the game, it's like
40
30
cents.
yeah,
Like
40
gold.
yeah, it's third of his net worth, fourth of his net worth.
So VGj.Thunder, they're just going to wait mostly in their base. Maybe go out a little. When does EG feel okay to pressure? Is it another Roche? Or?
I think you just have to, because the game, you're operating on a point where if you give VGj.Thunder one fight where you don't have buybacks or something like that, it's late enough that VGj.Thunder can kill your entire base if 2 of your heroes are dead. Not even like all of them, just 1 or 2 of your core heroes are dead. That's the problem at this stage in the game, and that's why teams have to take it so slow. So as a viewer, we're like, come on, get the show on the road. But as these teams, they know that one huge mistake can change this game. And VGj looking to make things happen. Roche is not up for another minute at least.
Fly would be a good kill. He does have buyback, but still making him committed. And they're going to try to find him. He does waste his Fly. He's dead.
He might
in
get
about
his
2
egg off.
seconds. Yeah. Okay, well.
He's still dead.
Got his egg off. Now, that's interesting. So why use the egg there? Because what if they do push? Don't you want a buyback egg?
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden blink ultis with BKB on.
And Ags.
And there's going to be a buyback from Fly. Won't have ulti now, but look at this, the Bloodseeker.
You said
Oh
Ags
my
wasn't good, Grant.
I told you it was good, but now they're going in on the backside. They're going to find the Wraith King. He will come back alive. He already spawns his illusion. There's a ton of Wraiths just running around. Crit goes down. They get the stun off on Wraith King. Arteezy gets killed on the backside. Siler goes down. It's looking to be game.
Weaver illusion has actually been hitting
What
for
is?
the last
I don't
20
even know.
seconds.
There's so many illusions.
Yeah, he was hitting for 20 seconds with that illusion.
Well, there's the gem.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is the DD. I believe this is his 5th buyback this game.
Yeah.
DDC is a.
Wait, who died last? Who died last? Oh, the Wraith King.
Oh, but look at this. He gets a buyback now. I think, yeah, you go for megas. You could go for tier 4s if you want. You can do both.
No, you just end the game here. They don't have enough to. They don't have any threat. They have the Wyvern ulti, but as long as you don't clump up, yeah, and they call it the GG.
Wow. Actually, I would say EG, pretty decent lead, but VGj, they had some really good fights from far behind.
It's just important to show like EG's understanding of Alchemist, right? They knew that VGj.Thunder would collapse on the mid lane at some point in the early game, mid game-ish, when the lanes were coming like where they were able to rotate because they took the tier 1s. And basically, they were prepared to react with that Phoenix level 6.
Yep. I point to that one dive from VGj.Thunder. I think both teams played great, but if they don't make the mistake mid-tower, they're making this move without a level 6 Wraith King.
When the lanes were coming,
Phoenix and CM are both 6. They lose 3 heroes. All of a sudden, their entire lead disappears. They